Coming up on Oily Trash Movies. They're gonna kill the one character who isn't a total asshole.
Yeah, they gotta kill the Mr. Beast.
Great death scene, guys. Okay, you know this is gonna be absolute trash from start to finish, right?
Yes, I do know that this is gonna be terrible.
Alright, and we're live. Hello, and welcome to Oily Trash Movies. This is the only podcast where two people watch bad movies and say unfunny things the whole time. We're your hosts. I'm Daddy WarBux.
And I'm Bublegum Barbie.
And we have an especially oily movie for all of our fans of trash out there. This is called Slashlorette Party. But before we get into that, last week we watched a movie that was far from oily. Do we have any retrospectives on LX2048?
You know, I told myself that I was going to be a super professional, which I am, ultra professional with having notes about these things. I want to point out that War edited this previous episode and he slandered my, what's it called?
What? How did I slander you? What is this?
I was reacting to the two guys, the two twins, the two clones. They were like, take off your clothes. And then I say, yeah, show me your dick.
This is absolutely zero slander. If anything, I should have moved it to make it funnier.
That's what I'm saying. That's the slander. You should have moved it to make it funny.
For making it seem like you were saying unfunny things while watching this movie.
You know, everybody knows that I'm ultra funny. I am an ultra funny person, which is why I'm gonna clear the air war. People watch us not because of you, but because of me. They're like, what is Bubble gonna say? No one knows. And that...
It's true. No one knows what Bubble's gonna say next, including her, which is why we get such great reviews like, oh, it was like a perfectly temperature hot tub, and it made me want to throw a car into the sun.
True.
I don't have too much to add. I would have liked to maybe get a little bit into some of the religious interpretation, which was funny because you noticed, specifically made point that his last name was Bird, and I specifically had made note that his first name was Adam, which, as we know, is a very biblical name. And then, like, the final song, which was actually the final line of the movie about letting your idols burn. Idolatry is pretty big in the New Testament, but didn't have too much time to get in all that, and this is not the episode for 2048, so maybe we'll look a little bit deeper into that for our top 10, because I definitely think that movie is going to stand the test of time for, especially if we're watching movies like Slashlorette Party, which brings us back to this film. What do we know about this movie?
Okay, so I do want to say that there is a Mike Myers reference in this movie for some odd reason. Anyway, Slashlorette is 1 hour and 18 minutes. It is a 2020 film. It is a horror flick. Directors are Angela De Alba and Paul Ragdale, and it's about a bride-to-be is taken to a woodland cabin for a bachelorette party. But the fun stops when an uninvited party starts cutting down the guest list. Cha.
Oh my goodness. So for long-time Oily Trash movie fans, you might recognize those names. That is the duo from A&P Productions. They also produced and directed Murder Size, which actually came out after this movie. It's got a lot of the same cast, same directors, and God, Murder Size was one of the movies we hated more than anything. But, you know, it really lost us in the third act. I think prior to that, we were kind of feeling the fun of the movie. So hopefully this will sort of retain that fun energy that we liked and not just go completely into oily dumpster land, but I don't have high hopes, so I'm actually excited that I'm going to get to tear this movie apart.
Me too.
Are we ready to go?
Yeah, so I did also want to point out that I hope this movie gives us the very professional review that I gave when I saw Murder Size. I hope we know where geographically they are. What's that word?
Yeah, geographically. Yeah, you nailed it. That was actually the first time you've ever pronounced a 4-syllable word correctly on this podcast. Congratulations.
Yeah, because in Murder Size, it was so confusing. I never knew where they were. And then the villains were in one spot at the same time being in another spot. It was a hot mess. I know that this is gonna be trash. I cannot wait.
Which, go check out our Slime Bolorama 2 episode, because that recently went viral for us. We got 5,000 views on it in a week's time, tons of new subscribers. Solid episode, I think.
Oh gosh, I love the gag me with the spatula. That's like my favorite clip of all time.
Ludicrous that a line so meaningless stuck with us more than most other lines.
Oh, look, he's you with skin.
Yeah, he is me. Yeah, stabbing my wife. Okay, so she has some insecurities about her soon-to-be wed husband. I can't believe his range. Chuck is amazing.
Yeah, he is. Chuck. Chuck,
if you're watching this, we want you in the next Oily Trash Movies production.
Chuck, if you're watching this, you gotta contact Jurassic Games and get a role in Jurassic Games 2, like right now.
Oh my goodness, we need to put together our dream cast for Jurassic Games 2, where it's got Chuck,
oh my
we'll have
goodness.
Sarah French,
yes, yeah,
and I don't know, I can't remember anyone else.
No, the actor from Alex 2048.
Ooh. He should be the new host, since the host got eaten in Jurassic Games 1. And then we'll just cast all of the Playmates from Kill Her Goats. This is now officially a Jurassic Games 2 episode.
Jurassic Games Alive.
Dreamcast. I like that this is a motel that they just rented to make a shrink office.
Definitely not as good as the therapist set from Suitable Flesh.
Dream of walking towards death, with death taking on the form of your fiancé.
Oh my god, it is you.
Because her husband is death incarnate?
Yeah.
Damn. Look, I'm just a skeleton, man. I got a top hat and a cigar. I'm not the Grim Reaper, you know? Jeez.
Hanging out in your chair, smoking cigars, drinking whiskey.
The life. It's, you know, being a skeleton's not that bad. People buy me drinks every Halloween.
Hell yeah. You scare children as you sit in your chair and you stand up.
Cackle at them. You're gonna see my glowing eyes underneath your bed. Actually, cut that. That comes off too creepy. I will not be hiding under any children's beds.
Under Bachelorette's bed? Yes.
Yeah, true. The therapist is like, don't get married, because you had a bad dream. What's this girl dressed like Princess Peach? Oh my god, her outfit is so ridiculous.
Looks like someone started the party early.
Her flask says, "F*** you" at the bottom of it. You know, if your soon-to-be betrothed is puking and you're like, what the fuck, bitch? You know what? I feel like maybe they should call the marriage off. Okay, yeah, so he's a huge asshole, so we're definitely not supposed to be rooting for this guy.
This is my second favorite chick, the redhead over there.
Yeah, she's great. She looks great with red hair, too.
But she's still gothic.
You can see those tats. She's got...
Yeah, she's just a rock star. Freaking love her.
She should have been in the Magnum 45 band from Spare Parts.
She should have been in the Sarah French movie. Nina was like, nah, I ain't gonna wear those modest shorts. I'm gonna wear these shorts.
She's like, I gotta show off this dump truck.
The Mr. Beast character right here.
Damn, man, talk about dump trucks again. Jesus.
Okay, babe, you look scared.
I'm not scared, I was...
The sound is rough as always.
Sound is brutal.
No, we're here to fix the Wi-Fi.
This is almost beat for beat what happened at the beginning of Murder Size, where two creepy people in jumpsuits show up at the door unannounced.
Everyone hates fake people.
This guy's terrible. All of these people have terrible deliveries. None of these guys have any personality or screen presence. This scene literally feels like the actresses are doing a cold reading of the script.
No, they're not doing a cold reading because they don't have the script on their hands.
Okay, well, their delivery sounds like they're fucking reading the lines for the very first time in their lives. It's so horrible.
They're just not good actors, that's all.
Yeah, man. See, they should have covered up the tattoo on the girl in pink, since she's clearly supposed to be, like, some sort of British royalty or something.
Like, why is she wearing white gloves in a cabin in the woods? Like,
because she's Princess Peach.
die for her.
Let me just
Oh
stand
my
here fixing your
God.
Wi-Fi by twisting a screwdriver on your... Ah, fuck it. Cut that.
Come on, man, make a move. I fucking.
Like, there's not even any screws. Yeah, like, what screw is he holding that screwdriver up to? There's not a single screw anywhere on the window.
He was just there to snoop. Talk to the ladies. He knows his priorities.
Are you serious?
Gosh, everybody sucks.
Yeah, I mean, like, did they just do one take for every scene?
Do this anymore.
I'm sick of showing that dick.
Too much.
Yeah, he's sick of women like you, Bubble, just shouting, "Show me your dick."
Have it slander. High heels in the woods. She wanted to be in the woods with the bear, then be in the woods with a man. She's out there with the bear. They're having tea
Hey, watch your fucking mouth.
and sharing porridge. She's eating porridge that's not too hot and it's not too cold. It's just perfect.
That's the same camcorder that they use as a prop in Murder
Oh
Size.
my god. She did the fan. Snap! Oh my gosh, this is the first death.
Oh, jeez. Oh, was it Chuck? Did Chuck kill this woman?
I saw a big ass pine cone a few yards back. I'm just gonna get some footage of that.
Oh yeah, big ass pine cone.
Yeah, I'm Team Pinecone at this point.
Ah! These actors are so terrible. Dr. Petra was in a movie called Cougar Lesbians.
Amazing. They should have named her character Dr. Pepper.
She had a bad reaction to her Botox. Because one eyebrow is raised higher than the other one.
They're gonna kill the one character who isn't a total asshole.
Yeah, they gotta kill the Mr. Beast.
Great death scene, guys. I've got my styrofoam machete.
Let's go. Chuck.
This guy's fixing everybody's Wi-Fi.
Man, I didn't know that Wi-Fi was so muscle restraining.
Yeah, listen, IT guys, always in great shape. Oh, damn, that's nice that she washed away all her cuts.
Hey, they're not her cuts. It was just blood. Like, you know when you're trying to clean a stick, a bloody stick, you just, like, rub it against your body.
Wiping it on your arms and legs.
Yeah.
This sucks. I fucking hate this movie.
I know, I do too, but she's such a cute actress. Not a talented one, but she's cute. Oh my gosh, this is going to be a makeout scene. I love you.
Yeah, oh my god, it is.
That was her secret admirer.
Yeah, why not? I'm not buying it. That wasn't very passionate. Oh, she is the secret admirer.
You know, Nina needs to play a Sarah French movie where she is the villain of Sarah French, and I will root for Nina every single time.
Oh my goodness, and they would have a sexy kickboxing scene.
Yeah. I hate Sarah French, but I love Nina. This movie sucks. It's not as exciting as I thought it would have been. So are these like actual strippers or are they friends?
I don't know.
They don't look familiar at all.
I bought you a private show, lady.
Why doesn't Princess Peach have gloves on? Oh my gosh, is she gonna start murdering everybody because her party planning was ruined? I love how she like to run and cry, but she like ran in the corner where everybody could still hear her and see her.
This feels so long. Is this his side piece that he mentioned earlier?
She's so annoying. She doesn't deserve the title of Princess Peach.
Oh my god, I can't stop looking at her single inflated eyebrow now.
Oh my gosh, this is like the Slime-O-Rama, the original. Yeah, these were not actors. These are professionals. Because they haven't said one word.
Yeah, they just hired actual strippers to be in their movie.
Alright, I'm okay. I need to tell you something.
I got hit with a crowbar 8 times.
Look, I got hit in the head.
This Bachelorette Party weekend is becoming a disaster. No!
Oh my god, the powerful machete is so sharp.
This guy here in the shower is the only one having a good time. What if the actual male stripper comes at the end and saves the day? Wait, how'd this guy get in?
He's dressed like Jason Myers.
It's Mike Myers.
Pull that thing out.
Show me your dick.
Damn. All right.
Dang, that was cool. No, the real life strippers.
What's the other one doing? Oh, just standing there?
Didn't do anything wrong. They were just naked.
Damn. Entrails are coming out being disemboweled.
Brings me back to kill her goats. Oh no. That's for your bad acting.
Oh my goodness. She's their mom. I can't tell if this is satire or not.
This movie is an ideology about mass shootings. Like if girls would date psychopaths, they would save lives, is what this movie is telling us.
This is an incel movie? Is that what we're saying?
Yes, it is an incel movie.
He's got a tux on underneath that? What?
He's gonna ask one of the girls to marry him.
You know what? I think he is.
Hello.
I brought my 401k plan.
Oh,
Yeah!
the stripper is here to save the day. I can't believe he was killed by penguins. Moist critical.
Oh, get axed. He got the shining.
Oh, they're gonna marry. He's cured.
Oh, she's gonna kill Dolph now.
It's like, oh gosh, Lulu, you're so hot right now. Drenched in blood. Oh, it was a dream the whole time.
The whole thing was a dream.
This movie sucks. Nobody attended their wedding because they killed everybody.
Like what is any of this implying here at the end?
Nothing. That he's a misogynistic, controlling prick.
He was.
And then that he like ended up winning in the end. I don't know. I don't know what this movie was. Like it sucked. I thought it was a film, you know, which I was on board about. Like I was like, okay, I see the idea. An anti-bullying film. The cure of mass is if you're not mean with them and you date them, if you go on a date with them, and if you like are willing to sacrifice yourself to marry them and be with them, you save humanity, essentially. I see that idea.
That's satirical. Like that's not like that's not a genuine viewpoint, I don't think.
Right. Yes.
But I mean, was the doctor supposed to be sympathetic? You see, like why I said I could understand that if this was satire or not. It's written poorly, and all of the lines are delivered poorly. Right. So I can't tell. I have no idea what I'm supposed to take away from this because like you can read a line any of 100 different ways, and I have no idea who we were supposed to be sympathetic to. Brie, I guess. But so the structure of this movie is we have a woman who's getting married to an asshole. She also has a therapist who is secretly
a matchmaker to marry her sons. That's who she is.
But she comes out there, she specifically attacks the best man, doesn't finish him off, rookie mistake. Like, this was a planned abduction of these women by the therapist. So the premise is then that people come and start killing you while you're in a cabin, everybody dies, and then we're just left with the woman and her douchebag husband. And nobody grew.
Wrong! You know who grew was Nia. The Nia character grew to have the guts to tell her best friend that she loves her. So that's a growth in a character. And then also the son, the younger son, also grew, and so did the older son. So our bad guys and our side character, those three characters grew in a sense because one had the guts to express his feelings and the other one had the guts to throw himself out there, like asking one of the girls for a date, essentially, and that meant a lot to him, right?
Yeah. All right, instead of trying to criticize this, because there's not a lot of good going on here, so how we can improve this script, because this script is badly in need of some doctoring. One, you are right, Nia did have some character growth. She professed her love to her best friend that she's known forever, and then she dies at the end. If we're gonna have this character grow, if she's gonna die, what needs to happen is sacrifice. She should have been shot maybe jumping in front of Brie, and then her death would mean something because she's dying so that Brie would live. And then that would also sort of tie back into the line Seth said near the beginning when he says, you should be with someone who would die for you. It's like, okay, bring that together. And I guess technically Nia did die defending them all, but it wasn't explicit. She was just wrestling with the gun and got shot. I think you need an arc for the douchebag boyfriend. I think he has to become sympathetic. Maybe he realizes, like, once he sees that his wife, like, is in actual danger, he's like, oh my god, like, I actually do value you, and I'm gonna stop being such a douchebag because I almost lost you. Maybe make the ending, instead of just being like, oh, that sucks that the douchebag kind of won, have him change his ways. But then you have the curly cue of Seth still being out there with, like, missing a hand. And you're like, oh my god, Seth's back to murder them.
I think you're just so complex. The way I would fix it is like, you know, when she was going up to him and he was like pleading for his life. He should have done the Daddy WarBux, like, oh gosh, you're so hot right now. I'm like so into you. And then she would be like, what?
What?
And then there's like this chemistry, right? And the spark is back into their life. And boom.
Oh yeah, because she does go crazy. Like, at some point in this movie, she becomes completely delusional, and he'd be like, wow, like, this is great. I got a crazy girlfriend.
Oh my gosh, you're so hot right now. Yeah. And then him pleading for his life turns her on, right? This is like something completely different. He's so misogynistic.
Oh, yeah, role reversal.
Yeah. Yeah. Boom.
And then she becomes the abusive bully. Yeah. And, like, it's like Sanctuary, and he just becomes a house husband. Yeah.
Completely solved the movie. We saved it. Boom, chakalaka, done. Yeah, I agree about the Nia character. I think she needed to do this huge sacrifice. What we have at the end product doesn't make sense, simply because, again, A&P writers can't write. We know this, and they suck.
Speaking of bad writing, how about the male stripper character who has an entire prelude of his introducing him, and then he shows up, immediately exits the scene, which is fine. That's actually fine if there's some sort of payoff. If he shows up and his arrival maybe distracts one of the two killers that allows one of these ladies to get the upper hand, and it's like, okay, well, there was at least a payoff. As it stands, you could cut the male stripper completely out of this movie, save at least 5 minutes of screen time. Like, why not? Like, why even include it?
The message was weird, fell off, the writing was terrible, the casting was terrible, the special effects, again, was terrible, the sound was terrible. This movie sucked. This movie was really bad. I wouldn't recommend this to anybody. The strippers were cool because you know that they hired actual strippers. They hired professionals to have them in their movie.
They were the best supporting actors.
And their death was really a good payoff. It took me back to Kill Her Goats, the impaling of the guts. You know, that was interesting. The sets were horrible. This room is horrible. They went out of the way to rent a motel to have the therapist room in there, but you could tell, like, that was a Motel 6. Like, it was not a great set at all. Like, none of this. The cabin in the woods scenery was kind of cool.
So, all right, so I think delving maybe into the psychology of some of these characters might be a better direction to go into. If you want to talk about messaging, like, we're so lost on, like, what the message of this movie is supposed to be, but I'm starting, the more I think about it, maybe this is supposed to be anti-bullying, because the Princess Peach woman was, like, needlessly bullying the one woman. The two killers were getting bullied by their mother, and, of course, the fiancé was bullying his wife and everybody. I think maybe what you do is you can draw a parallel between the therapist and the husband, and they're both bullies, and then this poor Brie character is being bullied by both. Like, they're both bullying her to hate each other. Like, it's such a bizarre dynamic. I think if you focus on that dynamic, and it's almost like a power play where she has two devils on her shoulder, like, each person is a bully. I don't know where you go from there, but just the fact, like, what we have now is nothing. It's so little that I'm sure you could go somewhere. I could barely even put together sentences about this movie. It's so broken in its messaging and, like, what we're supposed to take away from it.
You're supposed to take the boobies and the hot babes of this movie. That's pretty much it.
Listen, if you disagree with us, tell us in the comments what you like about this movie. Don't go to somebody else's Facebook group unless you're gonna post a link to this, and then we'll get, like, a bunch of Slashlorette Party fans coming review bombing us.
This movie, we didn't like it. It's oily trash. We knew it was oily trash because we felt the same about Murder Size. It did disappoint me. The slasher wasn't even there. It's not a kill her goats.
Really, the parts about this movie that I think succeeded the hardest were the exploitation parts, like with that girl bending over in the woods, and then just the strippers just because, and the lesbian makeout scene, which I've demanded a lesbian makeout scene in at least 10 other schlock exploitation films. It's like, why, like, if that's really what you're leaning into, like, why not go all out? So this did succeed with those parts. But if you're just gonna be, if all your movie has going for it is exploitation, then you need to go harder into the exploitation. Just turn this into Babezilla versus the zombie horde. You know, like don't even have any integrity. Just completely go all out with the nudity, because we certainly didn't get anything from any of the character interactions, I don't think.
These actors are not skill set, not the best of the batch. It would have succeeded more if you went like Kill Her Goats route, where it was just sloshy, like you said, that word. Gosh, I think
extra slashy.
Extra slashy.
I think maybe A&P Productions just isn't for us, because it really does seem like they have a lot of support and a lot of fans. So maybe we shouldn't avoid their movies from now on. I did kind of want to see OnlyFangs, which is their new movie coming out, or it just recently came out, I think. But after seeing 2 movies, I don't think I can handle. I'd rather go back and watch another Milko Davis film before I'll watch another A&P film.
I agree. I think Milko Davis is for me. I love his comedy. I thought he was a brilliant man, even though it was not the greatest movie, but it was the oily trash movie that I look for. It's the trash films that I really enjoy and I like. And A&P, it's not for me. Let's go to the nitty and gritty. What do you rate this film?
Gosh, I kind of want to contextualize this by comparing it to Murder Size. This came out 3 years prior to Murder Size, but I think I liked this better, actually. Not to say that I'm not going to give this many buckets of oil. I'm going to go 7 to 8 buckets of oil. Not recommended.
That is so interesting because I wholeheartedly agree. I like this movie better than Murder Size, but I rate this movie, I'm like you, this 8 buckets of oil.
Okay, well, double buckets of oil from Bublegum, Barbie, and Daddy WarBux. Do we have anything more to say about this? Because I feel like I could complain about virtually every aspect.
I mean, same here.
All right, take care, comb your hair.
And remember to maze directly in those insect face. Bye!
Bye!
I'm gonna have to...
You're gonna have to censor yourself in that last second now.
But
Way to go.
It's okay, it's okay.